When we found out we were having triplets, I was so nervous. I was nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, how are we gonna have 3 babies? Like, how do people do it, you know? And
I was more worried about the health of the babies, health of her. I was always afraid that something might happen, being 3 of them, because you never know.
one morning, I just happened to wake up and I thought, oh my goodness, what's going on? And all this blood was like everywhere. And I immediately called the nurse into the room and she's like, we're gonna have these babies today.
3 days later, she was having a really, it was just a weird day. She was irritated.
You know, I started having heart palpitations and everybody kept saying, oh, it's just anxiety, you're okay. And before I knew it, there was like 5 or 6 nurses in there, doctors in there. They had me on 100% oxygen.
They started noticing other things, other vital signs weren't good. Her heart's starting to fail on us. Wow, I mean, I got 3 little ones sitting here and in the NICU, and then now my wife's going down on me. I mean, I thought my world was crashing on me.
And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta stay alive. I gotta be able to make it. You know, I can't leave these kids behind. When I got discharged, I mean, I was still very ill and very sick and couldn't work.
I mean, we have all our other bills to take care of, and we are getting all these expenses from the hospital and different surgeons and the NICU.
How are we gonna do this? Like, how are we gonna make it with, you know, all these kids and, you know, so it was scary.
For more than 90 years, with the help of people like you, Kosair Charities has been helping kids like Jacob, Jenna, and Jordan. Every day we hear from kids and families across Kentucky and southern Indiana, just like the Downs family, who have nowhere else to turn. From our beginnings as Kosair Crippled Children Hospital to today, our focus has always been the same, helping kids in need. Today, kids need our help in different ways than they did back in 1923. So many of the treatments and therapies kids need to be healthy and successful take place outside the 4 walls of a hospital and in community-based programs that allow kids to be kids. Kosair Charities keeps these programs thriving throughout Kentucky and southern Indiana by awarding millions of dollars in grants each year to worthy organizations.
Down Syndrome of Louisville is an organization that serves individuals with Down syndrome from our smallest little babies all the way to our mature adults. And we provide developmental intervention and education. We make a commitment to that family that we are here for that child through their whole lifespan. Without Kosair Charities, we would not be here today. Because of the preparation and the programs that Kosair Charities has funded, our members are so successful that they're hitting a milestone that none of us had dreamed of. So it's phenomenal.
But for some families in our community, they simply can't afford the treatments or special equipment their children so desperately need. That's where Kosair Charities steps in. Last year, with the help of people like you, Kosair Charities assisted families in 29 Kentucky counties and 10 counties in southern Indiana with medical expenses that they otherwise could not afford to pay.
Oh gosh, our future looks so bright now. Our kids are getting bigger, they're 7 years old. If it wasn't for Kosair Charities, we probably would have lost our house. I mean, everything. I mean, we probably would have nothing.
I just want to say thank you to Kosair Charities for stepping in and helping us out with our medical bills for the kids to give them the life they deserve to have.
At Kosair Charities, we envision better tomorrows for all of our kids, which is why we're investing in research and efforts that put an end to childhood illnesses and trauma that threaten their futures.
Last year, over 20,000 kids in Kentucky experienced abuse or neglect. Face It is a commitment from Kosair Charities that we're not going to put up with that anymore. The Face It campaign, quarterbacked by Kosair Charities, has as its goal an idea that is as profound as it is simple. We want Kentucky to be abuse-free by 2023.
There are lots of ways you can make a difference in the lives of Kosair kids, but the most important thing you can do is make a gift today. Whether you give through payroll deduction, sign up for a monthly gift, or designate a portion of your will or estate plan to Kosair Charities, your donation will create better tomorrows for more Kosair kids.